So I headed into Manchester, into central Manchester to Rebellion once again, and this was for a midweek gig. This time for Midnight, a band who I didn't really know much about before going into the gig, to be honest. But from what I listened to before going into the gig, there seemed to be a sort of traditional heavy metal style, but with a more blackened twist. So, a bit like Venom, Bathory, there was going to be only one support act. I assumed that High Command would have been on the tour package, but it wasn't to be. Just two bands. But later on I found out that actually worked pretty well. It meant there was minimal change over time. Both bands got longer sets, and I guess it allowed the sound engineer to give them more attention in the sound checks, in the mixes, and it really got the best out of both bands. The opening acts were really fun. They just had so much banter amongst themselves and with the crowd. In fact, I remember when they gave a bottle of Buckfast to people in the crowd and watched them squabble over it. Des, the vocalist, calling them greedy little ferrets, which tickled me more than it should have done. And yeah, again, just the banter between themselves on stage. You could just tell they were having a fantastic time. Though when they got on stage, when it came to the music, they were no joke. They were deadly serious. They come across as people who are very passionate about their music. And although they were a power trio, only 3 members in the band, they weren't lacking depth at all, or fullness or sharpness. It was pretty heavy. It's a blackened thrash metal style, I guess you'd call it. And plenty of blast beats, just simple, raw and aggressive riffs. And it was pretty cool having the dual vocal setup, different textures in the sound of the vocals. And yeah, they're a highly entertaining band. Now, Midnight, they exceeded my expectations. I didn't really know what to expect, but they were just so entertaining. The movement on stage, they felt like they had a point to prove, and they were just trying to win the crowd over, but it felt so organic as well. It wasn't forced, it felt so genuine, and I felt really endeared and drawn to the band. I think the crowd loved it too. There was crowd surfing, there was a few circle pits, it was just chaos. Also, I noticed there was quite a range in the crowd as well, in terms of ages. There was people maybe in the late teenage, early 20s, and there was guys my age, guys older than me, maybe in the 40s, 50s, plenty of grey hairs and shiny scalps, if you know what I mean. Midnight spoke of their admiration for the band Discharge, the punk band from the UK, and how they were a huge influence on them in their early days, the formative years. So it was pretty special for JJ to be in attendance, the vocalist for Discharge, and to actually step up on stage for a song, I think it was called Protest and Survive. My friend had to tell me this because I had no idea. But yeah, that felt like a really spontaneous, really special moment. No one really predicted it. And it shows, you've got to get to live shows, you've got to support your local venues in order to get moments like this. Like I said earlier, Midnight just really exceeded my expectations that night. They were so entertaining, they got so much raw energy, and they really made it feel so heartfelt in just saying how much they appreciated being there and how much they loved the UK, loved coming to England to perform. It felt so genuine and from the heart. I'd love to see them again. I mean, I'm sure they'll be back in the UK eventually.